coin flip, which is 54% probability. The payoff ratio is about 1. Winning trades are expected to return 4.3% trade, while losing trades are about the same. Now let's look at non-events. What would have happened if we bought all events when a stock closed higher than the lower band? So the count is 21 million trades. Here we see over 21 million non-events. The expected return is 0.0. The rules are closer to a fair coin flip with 51% probability. Calculating the t-test for the means of the two distributions, I found that p-value is 1.3. The two distributions have different means with statistical significance. So we conclude that these rules produce an edge. However, I was expecting more edge out of the strategy. Can we do something? How does the edge vary with volatility? Intuitively, I expect the edge to increase as we increase volatility. Why? Because high volatile stocks would tend to revert to the mean sharply and faster than low volatile stocks. I've heard this thought the other day and believe it makes sense. Let's test that. To do it, first, we remove all events from nano, micro, small, and mid caps. As we have seen in previous studies, these stocks have a high probability of delisting. Then we classify all events with mid, large, and mega caps by the quintile they belong with respect to the normalized average true range, which is a popular indicator for volatility. Here are the results. So 1 quintile through 5, you can see percent of winning trades around 55%. As expected, we do see a significant increase in expected return as we increase the volatility. The 5th quintile, the highest normalized average true range, shows a 1.1% expected return. This is driven by both an increase in percentage of winning trades to 56% and increase the payoff ratio between the expected return of winning trades versus losing trades. As a result, the total expected return is 1.1% for the highest volatility bucket, over 5x higher than the lowest quintile. How frequently does this event occur? Finally, before we backtest the strategy, let's check out the frequency these events occur. Okay, the median value of the distribution is 4. We have a sufficient number of events happening every day to devise a strategy with good exposure. The multi-asset strategy. Now let's define the strategy. Different than what we tested first, the strategy will trade multiple instruments in parallel to increase the exposure time. Here are the rules. We will split out our capital into 5 slots and buy stocks that trigger the entry rules as defined in the beginning. When it comes under the lower band and the IBS is lower than 0.3, we go long at the next open. If there are more than 5 stocks in the universe with the entry signal triggered, we will short them by volatility, normalize average true range, and prioritize the most volatile ones. We will hold 5 positions maximum at any given time. When the stock closes above yesterday's price, we will exit on the next open. Also, we will close the trade whenever the price is lower than the 200-day moving average. We will only trade stocks whose price is above the $10 and is above the 200-day SMA. To ensure we trade only liquid stocks, we will strict ourselves to only trade stocks that have been traded in all sessions over the last 3 months from the day in question. We will only trade stocks if the allocated capital for the trade does not exceed 5% of the stock's median ADV of the past 3 months from the day in question. Here are the results. S&P and then the strat versus strategy. Nice. So start 99 and 2024. Wow. Duration is 6,000 days. Exposure time 99%. 100,000. Final 24 million. Peak 46 million. Return 24,000%. Annualized 24%. Sharp ratio 0.81. Exposure adjusted return. Correlation. Max drawdown 63%. Average drawdown 5.8. All trades, winning trades, best trades. That's a significant better result than what we have attained when we traded a single instrument. The highlights. The annual return is 24.8x over 2x what we had trading only QQQ. The exposure time is over 99%, a stark contrast to the 22% of single instrument. However, the risk adjusted return is significantly worse. Here we achieved 0.81 sharp, which is better than the 0.39 sharp of the S&P in the period, but way lower than the 2.11 we observed when just focusing on the QQQ. The volatility is too high, pushing the maximum drawdown to 63. With this level of risk, this strategy is far from ready to be traded. Few people can handle maximum drawdowns above 20%, let alone 60, unless you're in crypto. Unless you're in crypto. Come on. But what can be done to reduce this risk? Diversification. Employing diversification is usually a good idea to reduce risk. Instead of trading 5 instruments in parallel maximum, let's trade 10 and see how it impacts the numbers. I love that this study is like 20 years. So you can see again 99% exposure time, which is wild. 25, okay, all trades. What is this summary of backtest statistics? Okay. What is this other one here down here? Starts trades, okay. Return average